Hello friends, I am Ankit and welcome to my channel. I am here with my daily predictions and analysis for US30 and US100. US30 is still trading bullish with 35,550 levels and US100 at 14,800. It did see a good drop yesterday, and as I said in my yesterday's analysis that it is going to break, it is overbought. Similarly, now it is the turn for US30, but whether it is going to drop today or not, that we are going to look with the help of candlestick charts and indicators. Those who are new to the channel, I provide my daily and weekly analysis for US, Europe, and India indices and commodities including gold and silver and crude oil and natural gas. So also the today's morning forecast for global markets and commodities, specifically Nifty 50 has perfectly achieved the 200 points of drop as I shared in my today morning analysis, and other markets also behaved in the similar fashion. What is going to happen with the US cash session? Let's have a look. So don't forget to press the bell icon and stay tuned with the latest analysis. Let's start with US 100 now. US 100 right now trading at 14,806 levels, and you can see this here, that this is on the 4-hour charts. As I said yesterday that probably we might see a good drop from here. It can achieve this high, and then from there, if you recall, yesterday I shared this that probably only breaking 15,300 I recommended to go long, else it will try to drop, and this was the level first target, and below that now it has successfully achieved this level at 14,750. Now this 14,750 levels is definitely a stronger support. You can see multiple candles on the 4-hour charts trying to get a resistance here at 14,750, 14,740 levels. Once this zone at 14,740 is taken, then definitely it will try to break sharply. And how far this could go, see, the next support is only going to come at 14,550 and 14,500. Now you can see this chart. After this it rallied, and only once it took only one or two big candles to take it towards 14,800 levels. Now once this 14,750 is taken, you can see this here, and if this zone is taken, it will directly land to 14,500. So this is the target. Once it breaks 14,700, definitely we might see 14,700 or 500 on the US 100 today. And now this is on the daily charts. On the flip side, if it continues to rise, beyond 14,900, because see, the high could be at around 14,910. If it continues to rise beyond 14,910, you can expect a rise again, and we can see probably 15,020 levels, 15,020 plus levels on US 100. However, it appears that after this drop, of minor retracement, and now this after this retracement it has again given a second red candle, so probably it can try to break this zone at 14,740 levels, which is going to provide a very strong support. Now let's have a look at the different time frame charts. Now look at the 3-hour charts. On the 3-hour charts, the story is similar. It is trying to consolidate in this zone. After this one sharp red candle, it is again trying to get a support at around 14,740. Similar is the story, and probably if it breaks from here, definitely the next support level will only come into picture at 14,500. So this much gap, with this or the liquidity gap, which it will try to fulfill today. So we have to see if it breaks this or not. On the 2-hour charts, similar is the formation. However, now if you can see this 2-hour candle, it has provided higher lows here, and hence if it breaks this zone, so once it breaks 14, so it has provided higher lows here. Now once it breaks here at 14,830, once 14,830 is taken, you can expect it to rise again, and you can expect that it is going to head towards 14,900 levels probably. So probably 14,900, 910 can be seen when it's break past through 14,830 levels. Now this is another level which beyond which we can expect it to probably rise from here. However, look at this on the 2-hour charts. You can see clearly how beautifully the symmetry has been formed. Yesterday itself I draw in my analysis that we might see. So all these things are complete, all this movement is complete, and now the next resistance for the upside is at around 14,910. So once 14,910 is taken, it will again try to continue in the bullish zone, where it may head towards 15,020, 15,100 levels can be seen again on US 100. So this is what we can see on the US 100 charts. Now let's have a look at the hourly charts. On the hourly charts also, after this consolidation, a minor rise, then again it has fallen back again in this zone. So once it breaks past 14,830 zone, 830 zone, you can take a long entry there, and you can expect it to once again rise towards 14910. The next resistance zone beyond 14910, it will fly again towards 14970 and 15020 levels. So this is on the charts. Now let's have a look at the daily chart. On the daily chart, you can see here, after this drop, it has got its support intact. It has formed a bottom there, and you can see this is the third candle which is trying to take a support. Also, if you see historically, many a times before, this level has given a support. You can see this on the daily charts. Here it is trying to consolidate. Here it has got its support when it was drawing one candle, two candles. So there are multiple candles where we have got this 14740 trying to act as a support, and also 14840, which is also another support level. So now from here, if it continues to rise beyond 14840, we might see 14910, and then beyond that it will continue to rise and form another green candle, which might try to in fact achieve higher highs if possible. So I'll consider this the previous drop as nothing but just a option where the longs have been closed because of this sharp drop. Many people have closed their longs. That is what we have discussed in yesterday's analysis also. Now only if it breaks past 14750, I'll consider this that it is going to break today, and only once it breaks 14500, I will consider this as bearish, else it can again enter into the bullish territory. Also, we'll be looking forward to this zone. This is too far away. However, anything is possible. Markets can break and drop. Now let's have a look at the indicators. What is going to happen in the indicators front? Now look at this on the daily charts. Now it is trading below the 20 period moving average, and now this 20 period moving average trying to get it or give it a stronger resistance for any upside move. Can you see it here? Now it is well placed at around 14900, and that is why I say 14910 is very important level to break for it today. Once it breaks past this, we will see 14950, 970, and then beyond that it will definitely fly. On the downside, see, there is no support for it to slide, and nothing can stop it to slide till 14600, which is a pivot level which will come into picture. Also looking at the DPO is in sell zone, the directional movement is still in sell zone, and look at the stochastic, still it is overbet and it is on the sell side. The red line has crossed over on the with the black line, and probably we might see a red candle, but yes, it can retrace again and enter into the bullish territory. And look at the MACD lines. The MACD lines are running parallel. So despite the drop, it is in buy zone, remember, and it is not yet crossed over. So the indicators are giving a mixed indication, but yes, it is definitely the indicators have cooled off a bit. Now let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. On the 4-hour chart, the stochastic is now oversold, and this is the point yesterday I was told that we are expecting a drop. It is consistently sustain overbought levels. Now from here we may see one sharp red candle, and it will again come back to oversold levels. That is what we had discussed. Now again it is in oversold levels. So from here, once it breaks past 14830, then only 830 I will recommend you to go long, and the next target is towards 14910. Beyond that, again it will be looking forward to 14970, 15020, 15100, and beyond that the sky is the limit. It can fly again. So yes, it is bearish on a 4-hour charts. Also, if you look at the 4-hour charts, one thing I would like to share here is that here the support levels are coming into picture only on the downside at around 14700. Now if it breaks this zone at 14740, 730, definitely it will try to break strongly towards 14600. Also on the upside, now this is there is a crossover between the 20 and 100 period moving average here, and this resistance zone at 14920 is going to be very strong. 14910, 920 levels. Now this is going to be very strong resistance for it to go past by today. Any move beyond this will definitely make it fly towards 14950, and towards 15100 levels can also be seen. Now on the downside, it can, as I said, 14600 should provide a very strong support. Below that it will definitely drop till towards 14500. So similar is the story on 3-hour charts as well. Now here you can see that there is a little resistance coming into picture here at these zones, and a probable rise beyond this zone at 14850, 840. Definitely it will rise past 14910, and beyond that 15000 is coming into picture, and on the downside support coming into picture at 14680. Sell side oversold on stochastic. So considering this, let me give you the levels directly. Coming to the levels here, I will recommend you to go long at 14840, At this position you can take a long entry. You can expect that the next target is 14,910. Now if 14,910 is taken, then 14,950 and 15,020. Now here in between there is another strong level which I failed to mention, is at 14,975 and then 15,020. Now here till here it's nearby resistances. After that it will try to fly towards 15,100 and then towards 15,180. These are markets. Remember, anything is possible. If it can drop in one day, it can rise again in the very same day. So on the very next day rather, I'll say. So we have seen a drop yesterday and it can rise again. So we can see any levels, but I will expect that this level at 14,910 should provide a very strong resistance, and then 14,975 again should provide a very strong resistance for the day. Any move beyond these definitely will take it towards 15,100 at least. Now on the downside, you can take a short entry at around 14,740. Now if this zone at 14,740 is taken, then below 14,740 it will try to break towards 14,660 and 14,600. Now if it breaks, continue to break, if it continues to break, 14,600 definitely should be a very strong resistance zone for it to resist it from further drop. However, any move beyond this will take it towards 14,500, and below that it will fall significantly. It can head till towards 14,400 also. This is going to be very strong support for US100 for this week. If it breaks this zone, it will drop strongly towards 14,000 levels. But I suspect that it is going to happen today. I will expect that even if it continues to drop, this zone at 14,600 should provide a very strong support for the day, and this zone at 14,910 should provide a very strong resistance for the day. But yes, beyond 14,910 we might see again towards 14,970 and 15,100 can be seen for US100. Please take your positions accordingly. Please don't try to trade between these 100 points. Leave these 100 points apart. Right now it is 14,800. It is only a matter of 40 points before you try to take a position towards on the upside. Also, it is just a matter of 60 points till you try to take a short position from this level. So please don't try to keep a positional trade between these 100 points. Also, if you see it dropping towards 14,600, only try to enter along when you see it reversing. Also, please put your stop loss whenever you take an entry, whenever your position is in profit. Remember, nobody tells you to stick to your bias that yes, I have taken a short position and it is going to drop. I have taken a short position and it is going to drop. You see it going, the position is in profit, suddenly it turns in red, but your conviction remains and you lose just because of your conviction, nothing else. So please put your stop loss at cost and trade with the flow, trade with the markets. At least you are losing nothing besides your ego. That's it. So let's start now US30. Now look at the US30 charts. On the US30 chart, you can clearly see that this is the 3-hour charts basically. On the 3-hour charts, you can clearly see that this level at 35,600 definitely a stronger resistance for US30 to break past by, and 35,550. So I will recommend to go long on a 3-hour chart. It appears that 35,600 is a very good level to go long, and then you can expect higher highs. You can expect it to head towards 35,800 once again. But this is on so on a 3-hour chart it appears that see if it breaks this zone. Now if it breaks this zone at 35,500 450, so once it is below 35,450, you can see this previously it has consolidated nicely till here. So probably the next support level will come into picture at 35,350, and below that it will try to break strongly towards 35,300. The next support level below 35,300, there will be a strong drop towards 35,150. Now these are the different support levels on the 3-hour charts. Let's have a look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts, you can see how beautifully it has formed a wall for it to go past by 35,600 650 zone, and I suspect that it is not going to break today again. But yes, if it breaks on the downside, Once it goes below 35,450, you can definitely take a short entry, where you can expect the next support level coming into picture at 35,380, and below that 35,300. Below that we will see strong fall on US30. So if you are short, you can put your stop loss at 35,610, 650 zone, and then from there you can expect it to drop. Also look at this. So that is why I say once it breaks 35,450, then only I will recommend you to go short. So this is trying to provide a narrowing triangle, and on a 4-hour chart, whenever such narrowing triangle happens, it is mostly an indication that it is trying to break on the upside. But this is just my theory. Many times it tries to break on the downside also. But yes, a good resistance at around 35,620, 630 zone, and don't trade in between these levels between 35,500 to 35,630, almost 130 points we have to skip for the day. It is may try to give you a breakout. Now look at the 2-hour charts. On the 2-hour charts, uh, lower lows has been seen, then it is trying to retrace a bit after this big bearish candle, and from this almost 100 points has been done. So from here again the next candle will start, and if it breaks below 35,500, definitely take a short entry, and you can get 35,450 levels, 35,440, and then below that maybe 35,400 or 380 levels can be seen. Below that it will break significantly for 35,300 levels. So take your positions accordingly. On an hourly chart also similar is the story, but on an hourly chart we can see it forming expanding formation, where you can see this body size is consistently increasing, and after this if it breaks this zone at 35,610, then only I will consider this as bullish, else it will give you another single red candle where it will try to take it towards 35,450, and once this breaks 35,450, it will head towards 35,380 and 300 zone. Now let's have a look at the daily charts. The last but not the least, the candle is still red. However, this is the previous candle. We have seen a wick, we have seen a tail, and now it is still trading in this channel, where you can see that the support levels coming into picture here. Now it if it enters again and goes past 35,800, 35,700 zone, then definitely we can expect it to hit 36,000 levels also. On the upside, once it breaks 35,800, definitely it will hit 36,000 levels. Remember my words, once it breaks 35,800, we can see 36,000 again on cars on US30. However, another probability exists that we may see it trading till 35,700, and from there it can try to form a pole and flag pattern, where you can expect that probably the lows at around 35,300 till 35,700. This the same formation I shared in my morning analysis also, that yes, we may see a pole and flag formation, and if it continues, if it doesn't drop below the certain level at 35,200, then definitely it can rise again day after tomorrow, else it can continue to break from there below 35,000 once again. So for the day it appears 35,300 to 35,700 can be a good level, but beyond 35,700 you can again enter for 35,750, and beyond 35,750, once it breaks 35,800, definitely we can see a big bullish candle in formation, where you can expect it to hit 35,950 and 36,000 levels again. Now let's have a look at the indicators. What are the indicators are indicating? Indicators are saying right now that on the daily charts, the 100 period moving average trying to give it a resistance at 35,600. Once this goes past 35,600, you can again expect 35,660, 670, and then 35,700. Now only long is recommended beyond 35,700 levels, where you can expect it to rise high again towards 35,780 and farther levels. Also you can see this, now this the tail is being formed, and probably if it continues to go past 35,700, we can see another bullish candle. So yesterday as we saw almost 300 points, now again today, since the tail has been formed, a long tail has been formed, you can again expect another 300 points till towards 35,900, 35 uh, 900 can be seen if it continues to rise beyond these levels. Now on the downside there is a support coming into picture here at 35,400. So once this breaks 35,400 and 35,300, 50 and 300, definitely we may see a stronger fall towards 35 200 and 100 levels. The 20 period moving average will provide a support at 35 100 levels. It is on the sell side and directional movement. Overbought on stochastic, it has to break, it needs to break, and it will break. That is the call. I am once again saying, but when? Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, and how far it could rise before it tries to drop, that is the question. However, these levels at 35 900 800 should be a very strong resistance. Rather, I will say for the day 35 600 should be a very strong resistance, and below that it can continue to break towards 35 450 35 400 and 35 350 and below levels also. However, on MACD lines which have just crossed over 3 days back, and it can continue, it is, they are in a bullish momentum, they are continuing with the bullish momentum right now. Now look at the 4-hour charts. On the 4-hour charts you can find that the resistance at 35 610 should, once it broken, definitely you can continue to rise. It can continue to rise, but till the time it remains below 35 610, you can again expect it to give the third red candle here, which can try to take it towards 35 400 380 levels, and below that it can break significantly towards 35 350 also. Also look at the DPO is in green, the directional movement is in green, and it is trying to drop on the stochastic and looking downwards, indicating that probably it will give you sharp red candle which will take it towards 35 300 levels. And there is a crossover on MACD which is probably going to happen. After this we may see a good fall, and on the 3-hour charts the story is same. So considering this, let me jump to the levels here. The only long I will recommend you to enter at 35 620, where you can enter a long for 35 700, then 35 760 and 35 800. Now till here it is going to be a stronger resistance for US30 to go past by. Beyond that it will try to find towards 35 880 and 35 950, and once this is taken it can fly any which ways. However, you have to trade with a stop loss. It can swing from 35 700 till here. Till the time it is below 35 700, I will not expect it to I will expect it to remain bearish, and we might see a drop. And how far this could drop? The next support level, see, now the short is only indicated once it drops below 35 400. Rather, I will say you can in fact take a short at around 35 450. Once it drops below 35 450, you can take a short for 35 400 and 35. Almost every 50 points there is a support available for US30 today, and 35 300. Now on the upside, rather, you can take a short here at 35 500. Rather, I will say once it breaks past 35 500, you can take a short for every 50 points. There is a resistance available for it for any downward move. But yes, 35 500 is a good level for you to enter a short. And so below that 35 300, it will directly land to 35 100 levels. If today, if not today, then tomorrow. By tomorrow you should see, if it continues to break below 35 300, we must see 35 100 on cards, and it will take a support at around 35 100 levels. So this is all for your study. Take your positions accordingly. Join my Telegram channel. Reach out to me for any of your trading or trading related queries. My next batch is starting on 15th of Feb, and this 15 days training session definitely help you become a proficient and efficient trader. First thing is to invest in yourself, invest in your learning. The learnings keeps you going, which is going to be there for you for life, and the returns are immense. So if you can lose $1,000 on trading, you can just invest a part of it and try to preserve your capital first. So thank you very much. Have a great profitable trading day ahead. Thank you.